Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are watching season 2, episode 11 of Lost. I am so excited. I think this season has been incredible so far. I love the mystery of it. I love the fact that now it kind of seems like everything is connected. Hey, let's not attack each other. Even more so than it did before. And I can't wait to see how much more connected everything gets. Because we already had Jack and Desmond somehow knowing each other before. And now we have Echo landing on the island that his brother's plane crashed on. Like, none of this is a coincidence, I do not think. So I'm excited to see where we go from here. We still have the whole Walt computer talking to Michael situation, so I'm excited to see what happens with that. And yeah, we also have Charlie hoarding the statues, which we all know what those are full of. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling because I honestly can't wait to get into it. So zip, let's see what happens.
The way the tumor is situated on the spine, it's just not possible.
He wants to know why you won't try.
Because what your father is looking for is not a surgical procedure. What he is looking for
is a miracle.
I did not come all this way for you, sir. I came for him.
He said, I don't give a shit about your opinion.
Miss Bissoni,
You fixed a woman with a crushed spinal column.
His wife.
An impossible surgery. And now she walks,
His
yes?
ex-wife.
I consulted many medical journals before making this trip here.
Then you should know it was a very different case under very different circumstances.
But a miracle, right?
he's absolutely right.
But will you try?
I think he will. It's Jack. He's got a hero complex. He wants to be the guy that saves everybody. And I think it's not going to work.
I'll have to admit him in the next couple of weeks. Run some tests.
La ringrazio tantissimo.
Grazie. That means thank you, right? There's no real downside, right? Like, you're going to die regardless, so at least this way someone's trying to help. No?
Lock.
What's going on? Did Michael knock him out so he could leave?
John.
Michael knocked him out, didn't he?
Stay in there. Stay.
Michael, what are you...
Stay in there, Jack!
He doesn't want them to follow him.
Whatever's going on.
Look, I'm going after my son. I'm going after my son, and nobody is going to stop me, okay? Okay, that is my right.
Okay,
that is a
sure.
father's right.
There's another way to go about
Get in
it.
the damn
You're gonna
room!
shoot me, Michael?
Right? He might. I mean, people are desperate when it
No.
comes to their kids.
But I'll shoot your damn computer.
Oh.
Nothing is not what you think it is anyway. You don't understand, man. You don't have any idea. Now get in there!
Mike, listen. We can do this together.
Michael, you need to take
I'll
a
come
breath.
with you.
No, I have to do it.
Why?
Now.
Why do you
I
have to?
have to do it alone.
Why? Is that what he told you? Because I'm not convinced that that's Walt.
It's no use. I bolted it shut from the inside.
You what?
No point changing the combination if you can get in through the air vent.
That's really good thinking, John.
I mean, it is, honestly.
Morning.
Just throw a banana at me.
Couldn't find any rocks.
There are nicer ways to wake a man up, Freckles.
Come on, it's time to go get your bandages changed.
Well, why can't you do it for me?
Because I'm not your nurse. And Jack's got the bandages.
Of course he does. Thanks.
Come on.
Luckily, they have come down here.
Howdy, boys.
What are you doing, Jack?
Going
I'm
after
going after
Michael.
him.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened?
Michael went after Walt.
You're still on antibiotics.
It's a good thing I'm traveling with my doctor then.
I enjoy Sawyer.
I don't believe in miracles.
She's very pretty.
Yeah. Guess I'm not too sure about them either.
I bet your wife feels differently. Your wife, she's the woman you fixed, isn't she?
Yes.
I'm thorough too.
She's like, I did my research.
She must be a very special person to let you work until 4:30 in the morning.
He probably had no idea what time it was.
I've got a... Excuse me?
Yes, of course. Go. And Jack? Thank you.
Of course.
Good night.
Good night.
Do we think something's gonna happen there? Because I think it's possible. Also, I think if you're married to a surgeon, you would understand that they come home super late sometimes and lose track of time. No?
I was late, so I got a pregnancy test.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Don't worry. It's negative.
That was an interesting interaction.
Do you, you want to talk about it?
What's to talk about?
Well, I mean, obviously you're
Sarah.
upset about it.
See you later, Jack.
She was upset about the fact that she's not pregnant. She's also upset about his reaction because it seemed relieved. Definitely a lot to talk about.
You're not coming.
Excuse me?
You're not coming.
Why does he...
Someone has to be here to take care of the button.
So why should that person be me? I can track, carry
You're
a gun.
not coming. You're staying. Right? Let's go.
I don't like when Jack makes decisions for Kate. Like, they're not even dating. One, but two, even if they were, nah, I make my own decisions.
What'd she do to you? What?
She kissed him.
Kate. What'd she do? She didn't do anything. Right. Yelling at her because she wanted to help get Mike back makes a lot of sense. Why don't you go back and see if I hurt her feelings? Just saying. Yeah, I know. You love her. What'd you say?
He was unconscious. You cannot hold that against him.
You came from the east. Michael's heading north.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
It means he's not going back to where he came from.
Because he was talking to the computer, and the computer
He's heading somewhere else.
told him where to go. Y'all I would be like, what the fuck do you mean about the computer? I mean, obviously I have more information, so.
I guess Michael took off.
뭐라고 하는 거야?
What do you mean he took off?
He stole some guns and he went on commando. Said he was going after Walt.
못 간다니까? 여기서 한 발짝도 움직이지 마. 당신이 뗏목 타고 나왔을
She
때
was very concerned about you.
얼마나 걱정했는지 알아요? 살아있는지 죽었는지도 모르고 정말 미쳐버리는 줄 알았어. 다시는 그러고 싶지 않아요.
Go with him.
마이클은 내 친구야.
나는 당신 아내예요.
And so you should go with him. Go with him.
Trail's as straight as the interstate. The path of a man who knows where he's going. Where are you going, Jack?
What?
I love Locke. He
Well,
always,
let's say we catch up with him,
he
Michael.
always knows
What are you gonna do?
people are going through shit.
I'm gonna bring him back.
How?
What if he doesn't want to come back?
I'll talk him into coming back.
What if you can't?
This is the second time he's gone after Walt. He knocked me out. He locked us both up. Something tells me he might be past listening to reason.
What, you think we should just let him go? Write him off?
Who are we to tell anyone what they can or can't do?
That's a valid question.
There's a line, son. You know it's there. Pretending it's not Could be a mistake.
Guess you would know.
I was gonna say.
May be okay for some people, Jack, but not for you.
Okay, that's weird. It's like some people can cheat on their wives, but not you.
You sure Mike went this way?
Why do you ask?
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Clean. I probably would have gone around Mount Vesuvius.
Why'd you pick that name?
All you need's an earring and a mop.
He's talking about Mount Vesuvius, I think.
No, your name.
Oh.
Why'd you pick Sawyer?
What do you mean, pick?
After the census, Hurley gave me the flight manifest. Your name is James, right? James Ford.
What's it to you?
Just an interesting name to choose is all. Who'd you get it from?
Who says I got it from anybody?
It's a long story. Oh, shit.
Michael!
So we're at least 6, 7. I'm trying to count the shots. 7 shots.
Shell casings.
How many?
3. Michaels.
You boys deaf? I heard at least 7 shots.
Same. I counted.
You heard it, Daniel Boone. What's your count?
Yeah.
It was 7.
7 sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting dark.
You out here for Michael, or just payback for getting shot?
Why are you out here, Doc? You got your reasons.
I got mine.
I got mine.
I do think Jack can be quite judgmental of people.
Now, I had it.
I know, son.
I got it. I got it all. I mean, I had it.
He was a sick old man on the table for 7.5 hours. His heart gave out. It's nobody's fault.
I had a feeling. Is she gonna blame him? Is she like, thank you? Okay.
Thank you for trying.
That's it. I'm glad that she has that attitude. I really hope nothing happens because she's in a very vulnerable position. No. She's in a very vulnerable position. Stop this immediately. She's not in like a good state of mind to make any decisions.
I can't.
I get that she wants to think of something and feel something, not the grief that she is feeling at the moment, but still.
You know what happens if we just turn around and go back? We're never gonna see him again.
You don't know that, actually.
Something on us. On you. And on me.
You're exactly right, Jack.
I'm sorry, who the fuck is talking?
But if I were you, I'd listen to Mr. Locke.
I'm sorry, sir, who are you? I cannot see your face. Were you the one on the boat? I cannot see shit.
Who are you?
Yeah.
He's the son of a bitch who shot me on the raft.
Okay, so it was the guy on the boat.
Why don't you point the gun down?
Let's not shoot Sawyer anymore.
I think it's time we all had a talk.
Excuse me? Y'all are gonna come out of the shadows and actually have a fucking conversation? Why?
So what do you think's the story with that Libby chick? Story? She's kind of cute, right? You know, in I've been terrorized by the others for 40 days kind of way? Yeah, there is that.
I would be here for this.
I think I have a chance with her.
Why not?
I mean, it's a classic desert island scenario. If I ever had a shot.
It's now. I think he should
Class miss me up?
give himself more credit.
Dude, it's been a day.
Where's Jack and Locke?
Oh, they went after Michael.
Yep.
Michael.
Yeah, he's run after Walt again. Everyone's gone to bring him back.
Who's everyone?
Everyone. Jack, Sawyer, Locke. Oh, and Kate.
Oh, Kate went too? Where the fuck is she? We haven't seen her.
I come in peace.
Okay, are you a fucking
How do you
alien?
know our names?
You took Walt.
Dude, listen to you.
Walt's fine. He's a very special boy.
Look, you said you wanted to talk.
Shush, Jack, I need information about Walt.
Let me ask you this. How long you been here on the island?
Like 50 days, roughly, right?
50 days.
I'm good.
Tell me,
How long have you been on?
you go over a man's house for the first time. Do you take off your shoes? You put your feet up on his coffee table?
I mean, if they want you to
You walk in the kitchen
take
and
off your
eat food that
shoes,
doesn't belong to you?
then you do take off your
Open the door to rooms you got no business opening?
I get what he's saying, but also they're trapped here. They didn't come over.
Well, somebody a whole lot smarter than anybody here once said that since the dawn of our species, man's been blessed with curiosity. You know the other one about curiosity, don't you, Jack?
If he's talking about the saying about
This is not your island.
curiosity killed the cat,
This is our island.
he's actually wrong.
And the only reason you're living on it is because we let you live on it.
Okay, but they're trapped there.
I don't believe you.
They didn't choose this.
Now, I think you got one guy up there with a gun.
No, they haven't.
I think there's more of us than there are of you.
I don't know.
I think if you had any real strength, you wouldn't have had to send a spy. Ethan.
He was one. Have you heard
It's
of
an interesting theory.
good one?
Light him up!
Yeah, I was gonna say there's way more than just.
We got a misunderstanding, Jack. Right here, there's a line. You cross that line, we go from misunderstanding to something else. Now give me your weapons. Turn around. Go home.
Where's Michael?
No.
Where's Walt? You have some of our people. Where's Cindy?
Bring her out, Alex!
Kate. It's Kate. They got Kate.
She was following you. Like I said, curiosity. Are you gonna give me your guns? Turn around, walk away.
Well, why do you have to have my guns? Why can't I just walk away?
Stop.
Yeah, we know. I don't know why they played the dramatic music. There was no other option that Jack was ever gonna pick. It's not he's gonna be like, yeah, shoot her. That's fine.
You and me ain't done, Zeke.
Is that his name? Did he say his name was Zeke? And I was talking like a dumbass and messed up.
이래라 저래라 하는 거 내가 제일 싫어하는 거 알지?
당신이 싫은 것처럼 나도 싫어.
Okay, well then both of y'all stop telling each other what to do and like communicate. See, I feel like this is healthy communication. Jack and Kate is like, he told her what to do. She didn't listen because, you know, people don't like to be told what to do. And then he got mad at her for not listening, even though she's her own person, so he shouldn't tell her what to do.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now you say it.
I'm sorry too.
Good. But are you actually sorry because you told her what to do, or are you just sorry that she came and disobeyed you? Because it kind of seems like it's the latter.
How did the daughter take it?
She kissed me.
Oh, okay. I'm glad that he at least was honest.
I kissed her back. I don't know how it happened.
That's their marriage. It's crumbling.
I made a mistake. Okay, I'm gonna fix this. We're gonna go back to the way things were. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix it.
You can't fix everything, Jack. Especially if you don't actually want to.
I'm leaving you.
Makes sense.
I was already leaving you. That's why my mother was here. She was helping me back.
Damn. Is it because you want kids and he doesn't?
I've been...
Or you just realize it doesn't work?
Seeing someone.
Oh, damn. Okay.
You will always need something to fix. Goodbye.
I I mean, that's who he is. He tries to fix things. But I wonder if, like, once it's fixed, he loses interest. Like, that's what happened with his wife, you know? Honestly.
Hey, James.
Don't call him James. He doesn't want that.
Don't beat yourself up, Freckles. If you told me to stay behind, I'd done the same damn thing.
Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
How long do you think it would take to train an army?
Excuse me? She's a cop, not a soldier. Also, first of all. That's gonna be the end. But, like, what kind of question is that? So this was a great episode as far as, like, advancing the plot and actually, like, furthering where we are in the story with the others. I really enjoyed the last few episodes, but we didn't really go further in the main plot of, like, who they are, who all of the... I think someone said that y'all call them losties. The losties and the tailies are versus who the others are, right? So we got a lot of really good, interesting, and I think necessary backstory in the past few episodes. But this episode, we sort of got in like a race car and like sped forward with the plot, in my opinion, which is good. I mean, I love both, honestly. Like, I love the backstory. I love the context of who these characters are, and also finding out more about the others. Now, we didn't find out very much at all. Like, the bare minimum. But I'm also, like, very interested because, like, where is their home base? We still don't know. Who was actually talking to Michael? We still don't know. How do they know what they know? Like, they have spies, obviously. They've been listening to them. They've been watching them. But it feels like they just know a lot, right? Like, they knew that Jack wouldn't be able to resist saving Kate. Like, they know that he has a hero complex and that he cares about Kate as an individual person. But how do they know that? Like, who is this main guy? I went back to see if he said his name was Zeke at any point, and he didn't. So I don't know why Sawyer called him Zeke. Like, maybe I'm just being dumb. And if I am, can someone explain it to me? Or is it just Sawyer giving out nicknames? Because he loves to do that, right? Mr. Clean, Freckles. You know, he gives out nicknames to people. So, yeah. Also, I hate to be like I don't know what the word is, but I thought it was funny that guy talked about, and of course I am extrapolating what he meant, because he talked about them saying that, like, curiosity is really good, and then he's like, you know, the other saying. And I think the most famous quote about curiosity, right, is curiosity killed the cat. But I also, and a lot of people I'm sure know, that that's not the full quote. Like, the full quote is, and I looked it up to make sure I got it right, it is, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back, right? So while people like to use the first half of that quote to, like, tell people, like, don't be curious because, like, curiosity killed the cat, they conveniently leave off the but satisfaction brought it back, which is saying that, sure, curiosity, knowledge can be dangerous, but it can also be worth knowing, because the satisfaction of satiating your curiosity can bring you back to life, right? So I always think it's interesting in general that as a society we've sort of taken off the second part of that saying to sort of tell people not to be curious, to not try to find out things. And I can't help but think it's because knowledge is power, right? So it only behooves whoever is saying curiosity killed the cat without finishing the saying to try to warn you against knowledge, because then once you know the thing that they don't want you to know, you become that much more dangerous to them. Because the more you know, the harder you are to manipulate and to trick. Yeah? Again, I'm probably going off on a tangent that the show did not intend for me to go off on. Because, again, I don't even know if that's the quote that he was referring to. But considering it's probably the most famous quote regarding curiosity, or saying regarding curiosity, I think it's a safe bet that that's what he was referring to, especially because there was an implicit threat in the way that he said it. But also, know your enemy, right? Which, again, like, that's what they don't want. They don't want the losties or the tailies to know them, because then they lose that advantage. The advantage that they have by knowing who they are, by watching them, by listening to them, by knowing their names and their relationships and who cares about who and who acts like this and who does this, you know? So, yeah. I thought it was a really interesting interaction. I'm curious for more interactions going forward. I also, like, I always, in these sorts of scenes in television, wish that the person who, like the Jack and the Locke and the Sawyer in this situation, would talk back a little bit more. Because this guy's like, hey, you go over to somebody's house, do you basically, like, do you make it your own? Without asking. No, because that's rude. But the thing is, like, they didn't come to your house. It's like they were, in your analogy, kidnapped, essentially, and brought to your house against their will. So you can't expect for them to have the rational, civilized behavior of, like, you invited them over to your house, they came to your house, they're polite about it. In this case, they didn't come. They were forced to come, and they're trying to leave, and they can't. They have no choice but to be at your house. You know what I mean? So I wish that, like, Jack or Sawyer or Locke would have been like, we didn't come here. We didn't choose this. We actually are trapped here. And it's not really fair that you're attacking us and killing us and spying on us and doing all this shit because, like, we didn't choose to be here. And we don't know what the rules are here. You know, we don't know what is and is not crossing a line to you because you have not communicated that information to us. Like, now you're saying don't cross this particular line on the island, which is all well and good, but again, we're kind of hostages in this situation. So do we have to follow, like, basic laws of decorum and shit? Kind of seems like maybe we shouldn't, you know, since we didn't have a choice in being here in the first place. I'm also curious as to, obviously this is just a rhetorical question, but how long have these people been here? I bet no one is paying attention to anything I'm saying because there's 3 adorable cats in this frame. I don't blame you if you're not. But, like, how long have these others been here? How did they get here? Were they kidnapped and trapped here? Like, kidnapped again. Like, obviously they weren't actually kidnapped. Their plane crashed. But that analogy fits more than what this other guy was saying, right? So, how did the others come to be here? Were they born here? Were they transplants here? Does Dharma Initiative have anything to do with it? Is it a societal experiment? Like, what's going on? Again, obviously rhetorical questions. Please don't answer. But I'm just thinking about it and trying to figure it out. Also, Jack's little thing at the end about you were a cop. How long do you think it would take to train an army? Is just not at all, like, those two things are not at all related. I assume that he's asking because she has firearm training. Like, otherwise, I'm not really sure what being a cop has to do with being a soldier. Like, maybe because they both follow orders, but we know from her flashback that she did not at all follow orders. So, I don't know. I like the implication of we're going to train so that if push comes to shove and they come to get us, attack us, try to kill us, we will be better prepared. I like the idea of it. I'm just confused at the execution. I guess she's the closest that he can think of to somebody who would know that, but I feel like asking me how long it would take to train an army would be the equivalent of asking her. You know what I mean? I have firearms training. I know how to shoot a gun. There's not really that much difference, you know? Again, because as a cop, she did not take orders. Like, she did, but as we saw, she did not. So, and then, yeah. I'm not gonna get into that because it's not really relevant, but I don't know. I am still struggling a little bit with Jack's character, you guys. I really try to invest in him. And it's not that I am not invested in him. It's just that he constantly makes decisions that I disagree with. Honestly, in his, like, the whole flashback bit, I'm kind of hoping that we're done with Sarah at this point, because there was never any chemistry between them. I think that the whole attraction of it for Jack was that he does have this hero complex, right? And, like, no shade to Jack, but he does. He, like she said, you always have to have something to fix. And he fixed her, and then he wanted to make her dream of dancing at her wedding come true. He did. Like, he made that dream come true. But I think that his attraction to her, his love for her, like, that's what it was his desire to fix her, to be the hero in her story. And once that had become accomplished, like, once he did that, he kind of wasn't interested anymore. And we saw the pattern sort of repeating with Gabrielle, right? He wanted to fix what was wrong. Her dad being sick, dying. Her dad being in the process of dying. He was unable to do that. They had that moment, which I'm really glad that he walked away from ultimately, because she was not in any sound state of mind to consent to that situation, right? Like, it was just a bad idea. I don't think it was unconsensual, to clarify. I'm just saying that she was not in a good state of mind for that to continue. I think the kiss was fine. I think it was a bad choice, but I think it was fine. I just think that where she would have been mentally at that point, not in a good decision-making space, right? So, yeah. But then, see, he went home, and then he had something to fix because he had fucked up. So I think he was like, okay, I can fix this. I can make it better. And his wife, Sarah, she knew the writing on the wall, right? I think she understood that it just wasn't going to work out between them. And again, like, I feel kind of bad because usually I get very emotional in, like, scenes like that. Like, he's upset, she's crying, he's crying. But there was just for me, there was no chemistry there. So I was just like, yeah, this 100% needs to happen. They need to break up. We know they do break up anyway, you know. But I'm not going to lie, I was 0% invested in their relationship. I also am not that invested in Jack and Kate. I feel like I want to be invested in Jack and Kate so much more than I am invested in Jack and Kate. Like, as characters, sure, but like as a couple, it's just not for me. I prefer Kate and Sawyer, honestly. And also, and I thought there was a nice parallel in this episode, right? Because we had Sun tell Jen what to do. And then later they came back together. They had a conversation about it. And he was like, hey, I don't like being told what to do. And she was like, yeah, I didn't like being told what to do for the 4 years that you were telling me what to do either. And he was like, yeah, you know what? I can see that. I bet you didn't. Like, now that he knows what it's like, he sort of has the perspective to be like, you know what? I was wrong, and you were, and you know, and I shouldn't have done that. And so hopefully now they've made that communication and they will go forward, not telling each other what to do. Jack and Kate, completely different situation. Jack told Kate what to do. She disagreed because, you know, she's a whole ass adult person and she has no reason to take orders from Jack. And then she got kidnapped because of it. And then Jack got upset at her. And she apologized for not listening, right? Which I don't even think was necessary, honestly, because I don't think he had the right to tell her what to do in the first place. And then he apologized, but his apology to me felt much more like, I'm sorry that you did that as well. Not like, I'm sorry that I told you what to do when I had no right to do that. And then now get mad at you because I care about you. And I had to make this choice based off the fact that I give a shit about you. Yeah, I'm just not invested in them working out because I don't think that currently we've seen healthy stuff between the two of them. And also, like, again, Jack frustrates me because, one, I don't think he had a right to tell Kate what to do. Two, when he's talking to Locke, and Locke's like, you know, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? We should just go back. And then Locke says, who are we to tell anyone what they can or can't do? Right? I'm pretty sure that was Locke. It's valid. Like, a person can and should be able to make their own decisions. You can vehemently disagree with the decisions that they're making. You can be like, that was stupid as fuck. Doesn't mean that they shouldn't have the right to make their own decisions. Especially because this is his son. You know? And I get you want to go after him to try to protect him because you give a shit about him. That's fine. I don't have a problem with Jack wanting to go and help him. I have a problem with Jack thinking that he has a right to make anyone else's decisions for them. And then gets mad at them for making alternate decisions, you know? And again, I know that the reason that it is because Jack does have this hero complex. Because he does feel this need to fix things, to be that person that holds everything together. Now, is it probably based off of trauma from his childhood where he felt like he was the person who held his family together, where he felt like he had to fix things because, you know, maybe shit was broken at home and he felt like he had to be the person to fix it. And that was something he internalized and has continued throughout his life. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Doesn't make it not frustrating, you know? Like, now I will say that I don't think that Jack's hero complex and his need to fix things comes from an egotistical place personally. I don't think that he is being like egotistical with that. I don't think that, like, when he tries to fix Gabriella's dad, like, I don't think that her saying, like, you created a miracle, can you create another one? I don't think his desire to do that is coming from a, like, I'm the best ever, and so I need, I can do this. I think it comes from a deep desire to be that person that fixes things, that makes things better. I think it comes from honestly, like, a very deep place of caring about other people and wanting what's best for other people and wanting to be good for people and to be the person that they see him as, right? If that girl is looking at him and she sees a miracle worker, somebody who is capable of fixing her dad, he wants to be that person because he doesn't want to let anyone down. Like, I think that it comes from probably a place of fear of letting people down and just caring so very much about people. We know he cares, right? We know that Jack cares almost to the point of, like, it being a bad thing, because he leads with his emotions and he kind of just throws logic out the window a lot of times, right? Because he cares so much. And I don't think that that's a bad thing about his character, but it can definitely be a very frustrating thing about his character, at least for me. I don't know. That's, of course, that is my interpretation of Jack based off, like, a season and a half at this point, right? So I know that there's, 7 seasons of this show? I'm sure I will know Jack much better by the end, presuming he survives till the end. Hopefully. I do think that he is, like, the heart of this show. So I think it would be weird if at any point the show doesn't have him, because, it doesn't make sense to me. But that being said, I could be way off. I could be reading his character way wrong. I'm not perfect. I obviously have my own thoughts and opinions and biases that I take into every reaction. So, yeah. I don't know. Let me know if you see Jack's character, like, vastly differently than I do. Or, rather, let me know if at this point, when you were watching it, you saw his character differently. Because obviously, if you've seen all 7 seasons, his character could grow and change and become vastly different by the end of it. So I could be wrong now, or I could be right now, but wrong at the end. I don't know. Anyway, what the fuck did the other leader guy mean when he said, Walt's a very special boy? I mean, we thought that that's why he kidnapped him. I thought that's why he kidnapped him, but to have the confirmation is, like, weird. Like, what the fuck do they want with him then? Like, what? Was it really Walt that was talking to Michael? Where is Michael now? Is this the start of us getting to see the others in their natural habitat? Are we going to get to learn more about them? Again, all rhetorical. But I'm just like, what is Walt? Like, what is he? What is he? I mean, human, but he's supernatural too, I think. There's something about Walt. Also, do the others have a compound? And if so, are we going to get to see it? Because I really want to. I want to know. I want to see what's happening. I want to know all the things. Anyway, I think that I have rambled at you guys far enough for this episode, or long enough for this episode. Anyway, I cannot wait to watch the next episode. If you also cannot wait to watch the next episode, and you're watching this on YouTube, great news. You can watch the next one right now over on Patreon. If you're watching, like I already said, if you're watching this on YouTube. Episode 12 will already be up. It is linked in the description down below. While you're over there, you can also watch my full-length reaction to this episode and all the episodes so far of Lost. That is over there as well. I am absolutely obsessed with this show, and I cannot wait to see more. So, I hope to see you guys next time for more. Until then, bye guys!